were playing Who's Next there for a moment. Well, this week I'm delighted to see one or two of our young folk coming back. We had 3 young people over the summer who went away on summer service teams. Jessica was one of the leaders of the trip, or the group that went to Poland, and she'll be back with us very soon. I listened to the bass section, look back, and there's Jared. Jared led a team. He went to Fiji. Did you watch the Olympics, Jared, and the rugby? Will you give me a thumbs up for you beat us? All right, Fiji beat Great Britain in the Olympics with a gold medal, but we'll hear about Jared and his opportunity to go to Fiji to witness on behalf of the Lord and to lead that team. But also we had Miguel, and Miguel went to South Africa. Miguel also led a team. And so this morning we've asked Miguel to come and to stand before this congregation, you who have supported them financially and through your prayers, so that they might come forward to talk about some of the wonderful things that God has done in their life this morning. It is great to see you again, Miguel. Let's hear what happened.
Morning. I made that. Hello, my name's Miguel, and this summer I was given the amazing opportunity to go co-lead a team to South Africa for the summer. And from the video that you saw and from the pictures that are going to play throughout while I speak, it was a very eventful summer. It was pretty crazy. It's really hard to describe to you everything that I did in a short amount of time. As soon as we got off the plane, we basically slept off our jet lag and got in a car and headed off for our first corps to start our ministry. And from there, we went to 8 different corps in 5 weeks. And during this trip, we had the TYS for the South Africa territory with us, just keeping our spirits high and introducing us to each corps that we went to, even though a lot of them do speak English. Our first half of the summer was spent in the Limpopo division, the warmer of the 2 places that we went to. For 2 straight weeks while we were there, most of our days were spent waking up at like 6 o'clock in the morning to go to a school to do morning devotion and keep just working and working until 8 o'clock at night, where the final youth meeting would finally end and we'd be able to go back to our hotel and sleep for a little bit. And sometimes throughout our ministry, some of these schools would be kind enough to give us tours of how the teachers, just with little pay and with the little money they get, they just put all the energy and love they have to teaching these kids a better education. And it's crazy to see how God is leading these people, especially the ones that we went to a school for children with mental disabilities, and teachers there, instead of just putting them aside, they give them skills and education to let them get hired after they graduate from there, so they can actually be efficient parts of their community. So that was just 2 weeks right there. After that, we went to another division further south into the country, so that was like a 10-hour road trip right there, to the KZN division. And school was out for the holidays, so we didn't do school trips anymore. What we did instead was wake up early, get in a car for an hour, go to the corps on top of mountains for most of them, and go down to the mountainsides to recruit kids to follow us back up to the mountain to the corps so we can do devotionals and play games with them. And sadly, while we were in this division, they were going through a horrible drought. So every time we had prayer requests or wanted to see how we can help them, it was usually, they wanted for God to provide them with some water because it's really hard to come by over there, and they're having a really hard time. So that kind of all affected us because, I mean, we come from the country with slip and slides. So that was impactful. It was just praying with these people, getting to know them, seeing how God's moving them. It was just really incredible. Speaking of which, this is the summer, out of the 3 mission trips I've done, is the one I've done the most ministry on. Especially during the second half, we went to a lot, almost daily house visitations, where we would sing a song and then do a devotional or basically a mini sermon. And I also shared my testimony with a lot of people this summer. I've only shared my testimony maybe twice, so it was kind of a big deal for me. And I used my own testimony to even deliver a Sunday sermon. I led a Sunday sermon. That was terrifying. Luckily, the TYS expanded my short 15-minute sermon to an extra half hour, so it was acceptable in their culture to be there for 45 minutes just for the sermon. Honestly, I could talk about my summer for hours and the experiences that I had and the memories I made and the crazy awkward stories that I have, but I'll leave you with this. I really didn't need to go to South Africa. We didn't go there to introduce God. They already know him. They know God. They have God. They praise him. They dance with him. Everything's led through God in a majority of that country. We went there to learn. We were given a chance to learn about God, what he's doing in their country, how he's inspiring people not to give up hope, that he cares for them, and how the Salvation Army helps those in need. May it be through their corps officers, through their mountain clinics that we visited, elderly homes, or adoption centers. It was a summer full of awe, and thank you all so much for the prayers that you gave and for allowing me to go back and be able to serve. So, thank you.